Hi everybody, it's your meteorology professor Jim Caffey in Springfield, Missouri. Wanting to come to you today. It's 8:25 a.m. on Friday, July 20th, 2018, and coming to you today with a very extremely heavy heart, sad heart. Um, I'm sure most of you by now have heard the news. Um, I live just about 35 minutes north of Branson, Missouri, a very popular tourist town that only has 7,000 in population, but 7 million people visit there every year. Very popular town, especially in the summertime and Christmas time. Um, but we've got some very bad news today. It's pretty sad when your local town hits the top of the national news, and even when your governor and President Trump tweets about what's going on there. Um, Last night, about 5 p.m., we had a severe thunderstorm warning hit Greene County here in Springfield, Missouri, in southwest Missouri. And I went outside. I was looking at my radar. I have an advanced HD radar, and saw a bow echo coming through Greene County, my county. And so that worried me quite a bit because a bow echo is when rain cooled air hits the ground and it bows out, and it creates this curved line ahead of a rainstorm, and that curved line creates a heavy wind event. And for only the second time in my lifetime that I can remember, and I'm 44 years old, our tornado sirens went off briefly for about 3 to 5 minutes. Not because of a tornado here in Springfield, but because the winds were above tornado criteria. They were probably 85 to 90 miles an hour. I'm told that over 20,000 people here in this town of 200,000 lost power. Many trees are down. I know in my neighborhood, trees went down. There's lots of limbs went down. My street was impassable until my neighbors got out and cleared it. There was no way I could get out and get down my street last night. Um, but that bow echo and that storm, we had a severe thunderstorm warning out for us, so I knew that was coming. That was at 5 p.m. By 6:30 p.m., a severe thunderstorm warning was issued for Taney County, which includes Branson, Missouri. And in Branson, lots of tourist activities go on, and there's Table Rock Lake down there. Very popular lake, lots of lake activities to occur. And one of the most popular activities is both the Branson Bell, which is a showboat tourist attraction with a show that goes on, a dinner show, along with a dinner cruise on Table Rock Lake that happens a couple times a day. Right next to it is Ride the Ducks, which is an amphibious vehicle that goes along the tour of Branson and then rides along about 40 miles an hour and slams into the lake. They used to be used during World War II, and they've been converted now into a tourist attraction. They have these in Seattle, Philadelphia, and there's been some accidents in them before. There was some deaths in Seattle a while back. In 2010, there was a barge that hit one in Philadelphia, overturned and killed two people. But what happened in Branson last night is really horrific. Um, So a severe thunderstorm warning was issued at 6:30 p.m. Um, we do not know why. Even the owner of Ride the Ducks does not know why. Um, but the tour operator decided to go on a tour. There were 31 people on board, and 6 foot waves hit the lake when the gust front, which is a bow echo that happens when rain cooled air hits the ground ahead of the rainstorm and bows out ahead of the rainstorm and creates a very strong wind event. And that wind event hit the lake and created 6 foot waves, which I've seen the video. I wish I could show it to you. I've never seen before. It looked like hurricane waves on the ocean um, for a lake that I've never seen that before in my 44 years. Um, why in the world the two operators of the boat took the boat on the lake during a severe thunderstorm warning and these wave conditions is beyond me. But they did. Um, and there were 31 people on board. The boat capsized and sank into Table Rock Lake. Um, as of 8:30 a.m. this morning, there are 13 dead at least. There are 7 missing. Um, there are 14 survivors. There are 7 in a local hospital in Branson. 2 are in critical condition. There are children dead. We don't know how many of the 13 dead are children, but there are some children that are dead, sadly. Um, there were life jackets on board, but they don't normally wear the life jackets because it's really a pretty smooth sailing ride. Um, so I would ask everybody to pray for both the victims, the survivors. It was right next to the shipboat Branson Belle that decided not to cruise that night, but there were people on board who had tickets that were having dinner who just didn't go on the cruise. Um, the captain of that boat, it's a big boat, um, ordered the crew to literally jump off the boat and go help the survivors, and they did heroically. Um, Many departments, the Branson Fire Department, Southern Stone County Fire Department, Highway Patrol, which does the Water Patrol, also went out and were immediately there within 5 minutes to help try to rescue survivors. Right now, they were trying to rescue survivors until 11:30 p.m. last night when they suspended operations. They resumed first thing this morning as soon as the light came out, about 5:30 this morning. There were 11 dead. 2 more were pulled out of the water just in the last hour, so there's 13 dead now. Like I said, there's 7 still missing, so that number is likely to go up, sadly. This is a horrible situation for the city of Branson, which um, only survives based on the tourism that goes on. It's a tourist town. There's only 7,000 people that live there, but 7 million people are tourists that come there and ride the ducks. There's dozens of them that go on the lake, and they'll certainly be shut down now. The NTSB Go team is on their way there to investigate what happened. Um, Even the owner of the boats and I, as a meteorology professor. I'm dumbfounded why the two operators of the boat decided to go on the water when a severe thunderstorm warning was issued 30 minutes before they even went on the water with 6 foot waves. It's incomprehensible to me. So I would really ask you to pray, ask the members of your churches to pray, ask your prayer warriors to pray, ask your support teams to pray, um, ask your prayer chains to pray for not only the 13, at least 13 victims, and that number is going to go up today. It will go up today as survivors are found. There are 7 victims in Branson hospitals. 2 are in critical conditions. Pray for the children that died. We don't know how many right now are children, but there were children that died in this accident, needless accident. Um, Also pray for the heroic rescuers that jumped into the water to rescue at least 14 survivors out of the water. The choppy 6 foot waves that were hitting during the storm, and survived them, rescued them. Very close friend of mine who used to work in TV is now the public information officer for the city of Branson, and I watched the 7 a.m. early national news like the Today Show and CBS this morning, and it was the #1 news item on all the national news shows this morning. Um, the governor tweeted about it. Even I just saw a few minutes ago, President Trump has now tweeted about the accident. So you know it's that serious. It's national news when President Trump tweets about this horrible accident and sends his thoughts and prayers about it. Pretty sad. Um, I know she's pretty new at the job. Good friend of mine, very good at what she does, but um, it's traumatic for her, traumatic for all the victims, the survivors, the heroes that save the survivors, those in the hospital, the doctors, the nurses working on them, the firefighters, the police, um, everybody in Branson, the media, and everybody in the surrounding area that loves Branson. It's devastating to all of us. Um, this is one of the deadliest, if maybe not the deadliest accident that I can ever remember happening in Branson in my lifetime. So please say a prayer for everybody involved, and I'll keep you updated. I would appreciate it. It's very timely for our 5-week class, but I wanted to get this out to you as a video as opposed to typing it out to you. Tell you what happened, and I would appreciate it very, very much for your prayers. Thank you.